Hello, my itty bitties, my besties. I don't even know where to begin with today's episode because we have genuinely so much to recap. Obviously, Dancing with the Stars, I was at the live show last night. We'll just, address the elephant in the room. I was there. I'll talk about how I got there, how I thought I was going to be the fourth judge, and, shocker, I wasn't. I was ready. I was ready for them to put me in coach, but they didn't. But yeah, I said this wasn't going to be strictly a Dancing with the Stars podcast. However, I was there last night and I do have thoughts on how it all went down. So we will be fully discussing. I also vlogged it all for YouTube, which if you are watching on YouTube, hello, we're back in the unofficial Dancing with the Stars podcast studio, which happens to be my brother's room, which happens to be the last time we'll actually be recording here because I'm also moving in 4 days. It's Wednesday right now, and on Monday I'm moving to New York. However, I'm actually leaving on Friday because my little brother is moving to Nashville, so I'm going with my parents to move him in, and then we're going to spend the weekend there, and then on Monday we're flying to Nashville, and it's actually Leslie's birthday and my mom's birthday, so it's going to be really special, and we're going to have a full week of being tourists next week. I'm so excited because I have been to New York quite a few times, but I've never really done the Statue of Liberty, Empire State Building. I've never really done all of those, because I'm just such a local. Once you're local, you don't really do all those touristy things, No, I'm kidding. It's going to be really special, and I feel like it'll get me in the mood, and I'm just so excited to experience it with my parents because what's crazy is 10 years ago, my family did a road trip starting in Nashville, and we drove all the way up to New York. And now 10 years later, my little brother's moving to Nashville. I'm moving to New York. It's so surreal how quick it happened. I feel like this month at home has just flown by. I knew that I was going to be home for the month of September, and I wasn't dreading it by any means. I just didn't know if I would get angsty, what? Angsty teen at home. No, I didn't know if I'd get anxious or antsy. That's the word, just being at home. But it has truly been just the best reset ever. I needed this more than I realized. I think that if I moved straight from Dallas to New York, it would have just been a lot, but I feel like my body has gone through this full body factory reset. It has been so calming, and I've just had this new appreciation for home because honestly, since I left for college in 2018, the only times I've really come back have been holidays or weekends or whatever. I mean, I guess besides COVID, but that was just a fever dream. So it has just been so nice. And my mom, I've just spent so much time with her. She's, Holly Thompson Holmes, realtor queen. And this is the one time where she's been a little bit slower. So we've just been able to get so much quality time and go to Pilates, and so fun. I might be a newfound Pilates lover. I see what you guys are on. That's what I've been doing in the mornings. I'll get into all of that, but I am moving, and I just think that this month at home, well, what's my hand doing? If you guys are on YouTube, hi. I just think that this month at home has fully prepared me, and I am so excited for New York. I will say a little bit of panic, but I'm reassuring myself that exactly 3 years ago today, I came home for a few weeks before I moved to Dallas. And I was fully panicking because I was oh my God, I have to fully support myself as an adult. This was right after I graduated college. I was how am I going to do this? And everything ended up working out just fine. So I'm reminding myself again, that's going to happen again. It's all going to work out. I really want to write my goals down for New York, all the things, because it's just something that I've wanted to do for so long. And I want to make sure I take advantage of every single little opportunity. And it's just so exciting because we're going after our dreams. Okay. Dare I say, we're doing it. But yeah, really excited. Moving on Monday. I feel like I'm not prepared at all. But then again, I'm moving into a furnished apartment, which I'm so excited for you guys to see that place. I want you guys to be our fourth roomie. I'm moving in with Leslie and Mia. So if you guys didn't know, Leslie's my best friend from college and Mia is her best friend from high school. And I'm obsessed with Mia as well. So it's just going to be so fun. It's a Barbie dream house. And I'm just so excited to bring you guys along. You will be feeling the vibes. You will be the fourth roommate. It's just going to be so much fun. And I feel like it's going to be a little freshman year in New York. No, I don't know. I sometimes I can't stand when people keep referencing college out of college. I've never done that. But anyways, Dancing with the Stars last night. It was so much fun. You guys are probably wondering, Macy, how do you keep ending up in the ballroom? Well, it's only happened twice. But how do you keep ending up in these situations? And it's actually because I'm in a situationship with Robert Irwin that he's not aware of. He was doing the tango last night, and I put this on my Instagram story, but I was guys, I feel like he is looking right at me. And everyone confirmed. They're Macy, I was watching on TV and I could feel the chemistry. I'm oh my God, I'm not alone. I knew it. So no, but really, how I was there last night was, okay, last week I briefly mentioned how I put together like this whole deck on how I wanted to help Dancing with the Stars out with their social media this year, because that is like what my professional, dare I say, background is in. I've always been a social media manager, and recently I've been doing like a lot more freelance work and whatnot, and I'm just obviously so invested in Dancing with the Stars, and I'm like so involved in the, dare I say, online community, that I was like, this would be perfect. I could help out some pros or celebrities or whoever needs help. Like, I just want to help with social media. I want to be involved. And I kind of manifested this because right when I found out that I was going to be home in California for the month of September, I was like, wait, Dancing with the Stars, like I want to be involved. So I just knew that in some capacity, I was going to have some type of involvement with Dancing with the Stars, even if it was minuscule. I just wanted to be in the ballroom. Like, let's just say that. Not even like the ballroom of the live show. I just wanted to be like in the rehearsals or something. I just wanted to be in the video. Okay, Madison Beer. But I put together this deck, and it was about 3 weeks ago now. It was like I just was pitching myself to help out with Dancing with the Stars social media. And it got in the hands of one of the pros, which I will tell y'all, it was Britt, and she is just genuinely the best person ever. I've been working with her on social media. Like, she doesn't need it because she's so well loved on her own. Like, she could just smile and people would be obsessed. But I had some ideas that I wanted to like work with her on, and we got to do it. If you guys go look at her TikTok and Instagram, we did this like fake reality series, which was so much fun. I just love being creative, and to be like creative for Dancing with the Stars was so cool. And to work with Britt was just such a dream. But with that being said, I am just so genuinely upset that Britt and Baron got sent home. It was just, as soon as I heard Emma and Andy were safe, I just had this pit in my stomach, and I was like, like, obviously I didn't want Emma and Andy to go home either. I just think that Britt is just so slept on. Like, I don't know if that's the right way to say it, but I just think that she deserves so much. And that's like the general consensus on TikTok too, is that like Britt, we just thought it was going to be her year, and I'm so sad for her. And she's just obviously handling it so well, because if you're a pro, you're used to this. But I just really want her to have her moment. She's so amazing, and I know that everyone loves her so much. But I'm like, even as a pro, like, her dancing, she's just so fun to watch, and I'm so sad that her journey was cut short. So I was there with Britt, so it obviously was bittersweet being there, because I was like so excited to be there and to be a part of it and everything. But at the end, when she went home, it was just like, dang, really? And I was sitting next to her sweet, sweet husband, Daniel, and he's obviously a part of the deaf community. If you guys didn't see his season when he was with Brett, when he was with Britt, they were paired together, and they ended up falling in love after, and she learned ASL for him, and she's just really dove into the whole ASL community and world, and it was so cool seeing her and Daniel communicate. They have so much love for each other. Like, I saw when they first saw each other when he showed up at her trailer, and it was just the sweetest thing, and I'm like, it was just such pure love. I don't know if you guys saw my sibling Derek Huff. He posted a video because his wife Haley was Britt's maid of honor, and so she learned ASL to speak to Daniel at the wedding, and it was so sweet, and it just like really made me like not learn ASL, but like maybe, like, it was so interesting, like communicating with him through the interpreter, and he's just so funny, so kind, and so they just deserve the best. And I'm really hoping that Britt has her like big year really, really soon, hopefully next year. She's such a good pro, and she deserves the world. It was so cool because last year when I went with Briley, and she came out and met me right before the show, so I just like waited in line, and then I went into the ballroom, and then Briley came and met me. But this year, last night, I got to go with Britt to the trailers beforehand, and I got to see her like pre-show ritual, and everything just felt so real. I feel like everyone always sees the trailers on TikTok and everything, so I was there, and I was like, wait, why is this like the coolest part? Like, something about me, I love being backstage, like, in any capacity. I remember in 6th grade when we did like the variety show, my favorite part was like being backstage. I was like, yeah, I'm behind the curtains. Like, I don't know, you just feel cool. But it was so fun. I got to see Briley, Brandon's wife. She is a literal best. That's who I went to the semifinals with last year, and I had so much fun with her. And she's just like the cutest. I'm like, her and Brandon, I'm obsessed with them. So I got to see everyone. Britt's trailer was right next to Whitney and Jen's. And I just have to say, like, I watch Secret Lives and Mormon Wives, and I know their husbands get shit on so much. But when there's no cameras and behind the scenes, I mean, unless they're just always, putting on a show, they are so supportive of their wives, like, obviously, as we would hope, but they are just so genuine, so like excited for them. And it was so cool to see every moment that I saw them. They're like cheering for them. They're wearing the shirts with their wives' faces on them. They were just so kind. Every interaction I've had with Whitney, she is so nice to me. Like, I was taking her and her husband's photo last night, and she's like, thank you so much. You're actually the best. And you can just tell when someone has like good, genuine energy. And I always say this, but that's like why I love Dancing with the Stars. The vibes are good. And even just being there. So we sat in the skybox last night because that's where Daniel's interpreters typically sit. And so my view was literally looking right at Julianne, and it was just like a whole different experience because last year I sat right behind the judges, right behind my sibling Derek, and it was so cool, but it was kind of hard to see over the judges to see the dances. And so when I came home and watched the show with my parents, I was like, oh my God, wait, I didn't even see like half of these dances. So sitting in the skybox was so cool because we got to like stand up against the rails, got to see the aerial view of all the dances going on. And then when they came into the skybox, we saw them doing their interviews, all this stuff. And my point of this is saying that when the cameras aren't on the pros and celebrities, they are having the time of their lives. And that's just so fun to see, which brings me into some Dancing with the Stars etiquette. I think people are forgetting that this is a fun show. Like, I am so excited that there are so many new viewers because let's be real, Dancing with the Stars is not an exclusive show. Like, you can join in any season. Like, yes, it's so exciting to know the lore. It's so exciting to like know the ins and outs of the shows, but really, like, you don't have to be a seasoned watcher to watch the show. Like, it's not clicky by any means. Like the show deserves new viewers. But with that being said, like, I am seeing more negativity about this season than ever before. And I'm like, wait, I think we're forgetting that Dancing with the Stars is supposed to be fun and silly and fresh and fun. Like, I don't know. I'm seeing like people get way too into it. I'm like, okay, you can yell at your football team when they're doing bad, but like a week 2 dance, like a week 2 ballroom dance, really? Like, it's just fun. And so like, if you want to give your little critiques, pretend you're a judge, I get it. But some people are getting way too personal. I'm like, whoa, wait, like there's like very serious bad things going on in the world, and like Dancing with the Stars is not one of them. So if we could just keep the conversation a little bit lighter, that would be so great. But that brings me into my little segment, Dancing with the Stars for Dummies. Just some little overall things that are fun to know because, again, you don't need to watch every season of Dancing with the Stars to join in on a new season, but there are things that are like fun to know. And my friend did text me some questions, and I was like, wait, I could answer these on the pod. So she said, because she's like a new viewer, and I'm like, wait, these are all so valid. She said, number 1, why are there 2 hosts? It feels like Alfonso and Julianne's tasks could be given to one person. My answer to that was, honestly, it could be one person, but I think it would just be a lot of back and forth. Like, they always have one host down on the dance floor and one in the skybox, so I think it just delegates it, and it gives the show 2 different personalities. Like, for example, me doing this podcast by myself, granted, like, hopefully moving forward when I'm in New York, I'll have more friends on, and it's just so much more fun to like bounce off each other. Like, for example, Julianne and Alfonso, their dynamic is super fun. And so I just think it gives 2 different personalities. It's fun to like see them talk back and forth. It's always more fun to see 2 people talking. So I think that's why they do it. But again, if it were one host, I just think it would be like literally that one host running everywhere. So this way it's able to feel a little bit more calm, cool, and collected. 2, do they always do the thing where they only let 2 judges give feedback, and then for the third one say one word? I want feedback from all of them. This is a 2-hour show. Surely they have enough time. Okay, this definitely had to have been just because there were so many dances last night, but I will say I feel like they definitely have more time than they are showing, because I'm like, okay, surely they could just cut down like 10 seconds of the other judges, and just like, if every judge just talked for a little bit shorter, then like they could all give their feedback. I do think that was pretty unnecessary, and I was like upset because there's so many times where I'm like when Derek for Riley and Scott, his one word was blue. I was like, okay, I don't know. I didn't like that. And it just, they're not going to keep doing that. They certainly can't. I think it was just because there's so many dances to get through. And then obviously last week they only had 2 judges, so they didn't have to do that. But yeah, it's interesting. Also, like, when I inevitably fill in as the 4th judge, like, what are they just going to give me one word? I don't know how that's going to work. So definitely not the norm, and I wasn't a big fan of that. 3, how do they determine what kind of dances each couple does each week? It feels like some of them are taking on much more difficult dance styles early on compared to others, and I'm curious if each couple has to do a different type of dance each week or what. Okay, to my understanding, I think it's pretty much between the pros and the producers. I think the pros probably see like the baseline level of which their celebrities are at. Like, for example, Andy is probably jive is like one of the harder dances. Emma and Andy probably aren't going to be doing a jive week 1 because like of Andy's skill set. So I think that the more advanced pros probably get like the harder dances earlier on, but I do think that the pros decide which style dance, and then it's up to the producers to decide that like there's not everyone's doing the same dance and that there's a good variation. That's my understanding. I think it's like from what I've heard, it's pretty much like a collaborative effort. And what's interesting is that I think the celebrities actually pick some of their songs at the beginning, and because they talk with the producers before they even meet their pro. And so the first few songs are really like the celebrities choosing and like to get to know them and all of that. So that was interesting to hear like how it all comes together with like the song, the dance style, all of that. But long answer short, I think it's pretty much dependent on like the celebrity skill set on what dances they start with. For do we know how judges' scores are weighted versus America's votes? Okay, I didn't really realize this until probably last year that it's pretty much all votes, which is insane because I don't know, I see both sides on how social media is helping the show so much and it makes it so much fun. But then it's also obviously an unfair advantage to people that might not have as loyal of a following fan base and are still really good dancers, because it really is so much dependent on the votes. Like the scores are pretty much just like a reality TV component. It's like something to give people to talk about, and it's like a way for the dancers to see their improvement throughout the season, but it really doesn't matter that much in terms of staying in the show. Like obviously they're not going to keep someone that's only getting fives every week. Well, actually, look at Harry Jowsey. Like he had the worst scores ever, and he stayed so long because people were shipping him and Riley and they wanted to see him and Riley, and obviously the show saw that everyone was watching for Harry and Riley, so even though their scores were literally awful, they stayed a very long time. Like if it were someone that wasn't Harry, then maybe he would have gone a lot earlier. Well, he definitely would have gone home a lot earlier, but it was because the votes that kept him in. So it really is like, I don't know the exact percentage, but I feel like it's like more than 80% votes. The scores are really there to like spark discussion and then also like show people how they're improving. And like if they're getting fives early on, then it's like, oh, later on when they start getting eights, it's so exciting. So I feel like it's just something to get people talking and show people where they're at, but it really is all votes, which like that's interesting. It's like a popularity contest, which is crazy. I mean, it's reality TV at the end of the day, but all that to say, the show is fun and fresh, and it's like not that deep. I hate to say it, but I'm just seeing like such mean stuff on social media, and yeah, overall, Brit, my girl, deserved better. Brit deserves the world. Like this is turning into a Brit fan page episode, but I just love her so much, and I just sorry, someone just sent me a TikTok. Everyone is genuinely so upset about her going home. Like, it's just not fair. It's not fair. Okay. Anyways, other things to recap from last night. I literally walked in at the same time as JoJo Siwa. Yeah. I had a brief exchange with her because she was with Ezra, and Ezra was like, oh my God, this is a professional dancer. And JoJo was like, wait, really? No way. And I was like, no, I'm not a professional dancer. I just this bit I have. And I told her that in 2019, my dad saw her at an airport and got a video of her saying, hi, Macy, I love you. It's JoJo and you rock. And she was like, oh my gosh, like I probably thought you were a little girl. And I was like, no, that's what's so funny about it. Like when my dad met you at the airport, you probably fully thought that you were sending a video to some 5-year-old. No, I was 19 years old. So that was hilarious getting to meet JoJo Siwa. I'm so sad because I didn't get to talk to her about Abby Lee Miller, and that was just such a missed opportunity. But you know, when you meet JoJo Siwa, like life flashes before your eyes. It's something that you never think is going to happen. So when it does, it's like, oh my God, what do I say right now? But I was starstruck. Like if there's anyone I've ever been starstruck over meeting, it's JoJo Siwa. She's exactly how you would picture. She, love that girl. Also, something unexpected that happened last night. Guess who came up to me? Carter, my dear king on the troop, he came up to me because I was actually sitting near his parents, which I did not realize. He was like, I love you. He took a selfie with me on his G7X and sent it to me today. And he was just so kind. We got to talk for a while because it was after the show ended and we weren't really like allowed downstairs afterwards. And so I just had the sweetest moment with Carter. I did not think that he knew who I was because I obviously love him so much. And we really talked about how I'm going to get to be on the troop one day. I congratulated him. He was just so grateful to be there. He was like, this is literally my dream job. And I was like, no, I am so happy for you. It's like these people literally work their entire lives for it. So to see him so grateful and excited, I was just so sweet to see. And then we did a little little cheer video because he was in his cheer costume from Alan and Elaine's dance. But that was such a sweet moment. But yeah, as for like the actual show, how it works is you usually go, you line up, there's no tickets or anything, your name's on a list, you check in, and then like you'll go in the gates, security, and then you'll line up again. And then if you're on the floor, or if you're like with someone, they'll give you a wristband. And that is when I found out last year that I was going to be sitting on the floor. Like people are like, oh my gosh, you have a wristband. I was like, I do. And then during this time when you're lined up outside, it's pretty much exactly right where the pros are like coming in and out of their trailers. And so they'll come out, they'll say hi, which is so exciting. Like it is just such like an adrenaline experience. I remember last year Alona made her way like throughout the entire line. I got to talk to her. She was so freaking cool. And then you'll go in the ballroom, and I just have to say, like, walking into the ballroom, top 10 feelings. Like I'm like, wait, I can't ignore how my heart feels in this situation. Like I just feel at home. So then you go into the ballroom, and then there's like this announcer, and I'm like, you know what? Wait, that's a dream job right there. His entire job is to like get the audience clapping. He's like hyping them up before the show. I'm like, wait, that's basically like the personality hire of the ballroom. Consider that my dream job. Like besides being Julianne Hough, like that is my dream job. Which, guys, side note, one of my friends, Grace, made a TikTok. She was like, has anyone else noticed that Julianne gets up there and just speaks like absolute nonsense? Like when she's asking questions, she's like, hey, so you said you had scoliosis. What's that like being a ballroom dancer? Or like, hey, Jen, you obviously just had a baby. Like, what's that like? And Grace was basically like calling her out, but it was in a very fun, loving way. Like it did not have malicious intent whatsoever. And then Julianne Hough ends up duetting it. And she's like, oh my gosh, you called me out with so much love. And so then Julianne, right before the show, she like posted a question box, and she's like, okay, like what types of questions do you guys want me to ask the contestants? I don't want to be speaking nonsense. And I was like, Grace, like this TikTok really got to her, but obviously Julianne like wasn't actually offended by it. She like took it in very good spirits, but people noticed that this week or last night in the skybox, she was asking like much more normal questions, and I'm like, hey Grace, I guess it worked. But that's one thing about social media is like, yes, although people are being like quite rude, not you, Grace, her video is sweet, not sweet, but it was like just funny. People were being like very opinionated after week one. Do you know who listened? Ezra. Like his dance with Jordan, he was like low-key getting like lit up last week, and I felt really bad, but he took it like a champ. He was like, no, like I want to hear your critiques, I want to hear your criticism, and he took that and ran. Like the difference between week 1 and week 2 with Jordan was just insane. People were like, Jordan is talented, we want to see her dance, and he said, okay, bet. That's exactly what we're going to do. And it was so cool. Like you could just tell that his choreography, like there was so much improvement there. Jordan was so confident. Like everything just came together. Like people were doubting him, and he said, okay, you can doubt me. Just wait right there. I'll come around. And it was so, I was just really excited for him. And you could tell that he took it really well. So very proud of him, as if he was my own student. Okay, I'm just going to go to the Dancing with the Stars official page and look at like a snapshot of all the dances. Oh, Jen and Jan, which I am so sorry, I had been pronouncing his name incorrectly. I was saying Jan, like an absolute rookie. Jen and Jan, that was the cutest little quick step ever. Obviously, Robert and Whitney slayed. My dad was like, why does Robert get the live band? And I'm like, you know what? I don't think people realize that literally every single song on Dancing with the Stars is completely live. There's a live band, singers, everything. The singer has been on my For You page a little bit more, and I'm like, thank God people are realizing this, because that is like the biggest difference with being in the ballroom versus watching on TV, is you realize how unreal the live music is. It's such a skilled band. The singers are so amazing. So I would say like that's the number one thing to know, is that the live music, it eats. So that was really cool. But my dad was like, why does Robert get the live band? I'm like, well, they all do. He just had his standing up there. My dad was like, that looks so cool. They should be there for every performance. I was like, you know what? They honestly should, because I feel like that would be a better way to showcase them. But then again, might take away from the dancers, but that was just one thought. Alan and Elaine, obviously, that was like the cutest whenever. Was that a jive? Sorry. Yeah, it was a jive. I don't know. I was blanking. But before they went, they gave everyone in the audience pom-poms, and they're like, okay, hold these up for their dance. And I was like, oh my God, if I was a celebrity, that's exactly what I would do. I would say, hey, production, we're going to give every single person pom-poms, and they're going to be a part of this too. And the energy for theirs was just so sweet. Like their energy together is just so pure. I keep saying the word pure, but I love seeing them interact, and just like off cameras too. Like they just look like the cutest best friends. I feel like Alan always is best friends with his partner, but then afterwards, Chessie, aka guys, I always blank on Chessie's name. Wait, oh my God, wait. I'm literally about to look up Chessie real name. Okay, Lacey Ann Walter. I completely blanked on that. I knew that. I even said her name last week. But she was there cheering on Meredith Blake, Elaine, again, which was so sweet. And I just, like, Elaine looks so happy when she's dancing, and she's talked about it too because she used to be a dancer until she got in a car accident. And so seeing her up there, I'm like, please, like, get them to the finale. They, like, I think that this year eliminations are genuinely going to get so hard, and I just don't know who's ever going to go home. Seriously. Oh, Alex Earl, her opening up the night with that was the first dance that we all obviously saw, and her doing her iconic headstand, that was just like such a good way to like incorporate her social media personality with the dance. She, from week 1 to week 2, like as soon as she opened that up, I was like, oh, okay, we're not messing around. We're not coming to play. You could just tell that she's like turned it on. She was definitely like, everyone was nervous, and like the word was like, for the first week, stiff. That's what always happens. Like, you're taking these people that have never done something like this. Like, obviously it's going to be like not like, even week 1 was insane, but you know, to week 2, oh my gosh, Alex just looked like a pure performer. And as soon as I saw Carrie Ann being super nice to her, I was like, okay, what's going on? Because if you guys remember last year, Carrie Ann was like kind of out for the woman, and I was like, this is gonna be a toss up on whether or not Carrie Ann like likes Alex or not. I don't know, but she loved her, and it was just so cool to see. But yeah, the headstand was so iconic. She just looked like a completely different dancer this week. Someone's calling me. Not right now. I'm working. Not actually. But all of her friends were in like the second row, so it was really sweet to see. But Alex, that was like such a good way to start the night. I'm so excited for her. Last week, I was like, I don't know if she'll make it to the finale, but now I'm like, honestly, I don't know. Like, and it's just so insane that we're gonna see them like still continuing to advance. So I'm excited. Everyone was like, what was Carrie Ann on last night? Because not only was she so nice, she was like scoring high, and she was just having like such insane moments where she's like whipping her hair around. Like, I don't know. Obviously, she called out a lift. Like, that was what we were expecting, which was so funny. I was like, as soon as I saw that, I made eye contact with Julianne Hough, and she was like, eek. And I was like, we knew that was coming. And Julianne goes, yep. Like, that was what was fun about being like right next to the skybox, is like I kept having little moments with them, and they're like, yeah. I'm like, that's why I should be the 4th judge and only judge based off the vibes. Like, I did a whole TikTok about this, but I'm like, okay, like the other judges are obviously there to give like technical corrections and everything, but I could be there just for the vibes. So that's what I'm going to propose. But yeah, everyone was obviously amazing, and I'm just still so upset about Baron and Britt. Like, I could just tell they were so upset. Obviously, like I said, Britt handles it great. Like, she's a seasoned pro at this point. It's just like, come on, like something has to change. And I'm just so glad that all of TikTok agrees. I'm like, she's such a universally well-loved pro, and I'm just gonna say it, robbed. Like, Baron got so much better even in the second week, so I'm like, imagine if he just continued. But I understand this season is insane, the competition is insane. Like, I was watching the interview with Corey Feldman and Jenna, and he was just like, oh, I knew week 1 I was going. He was like, I saw everyone. I'm like, oh, they were so good. I'm like, poor Corey. Did you guys see the video of him just like walking off? Like, the show is not for empaths, okay? Like, it's made me so sad. Like, that's the sad part about Dancing with the Stars, is that people go home. I was like talking to Daniel, Britt's husband, and I was like, why can't like everyone just win? Like, come on, please. Oh, also, my outfit last night, it came together so last second. So I like was panicking because I've been living out of suitcases at home, and I didn't really have anything to wear. And I have never like really ordered from Revolve. Like, I have in college for formal dresses, but they never really fit, never really worked out. And so I would just like return it, which love Revolve for the returns, but I've never really had success ordering from there. Also, I just like, there's so many options, I get overwhelmed. I was going to do Fashion Pass, but then I wasn't really finding anything. And I was like, I just need something quick. I ordered from Revolve. It was a Bardot dress. It was on sale. It was like less than $100. It came free shipping the next day, and it worked so beautifully. But then I was like, okay, well, I tried it on without a spray tan, and I was like, you're disgusting. No, like, you can't leave the house in this. Like, absolutely not. I got a spray tan that night, and I was like, okay, feeling a little bit more confident. And I have been working on like just an internal glow up. I'll get into like everything I've been doing. I call September like start over September, self-care September. That's like the vibe I've been going for. So I really have been taking care of myself and everything, but I just did not feel great until I got that spray tan. And I just have to say, like, if you are in the trenches, please, like, it sounds so superficial, please go get a spray tan, because I rinsed it off the next morning and I tried on the dress and I was like, wait, I don't have one singular flaw. Like, I seriously can't relate to anyone that's ever had a flaw, because that could not be me. I am tanned, I am beautiful, I am the skinniest person to ever exist? No. But like I had a complete mindset change from that one spray tan, and it was by, if you guys are in Santa Clarita or in the LA area, her Instagram is what is it? It's her name's Michelle. Glam and Glow. Wait, where is it? Glam and Glow by Shell. She has the best spray tan ever. She did it for me last year for Dancing with the Stars. She just eats, and she uses like the Dolce Vita one, which Isabel Alyssa is the one that founded that, and she does like Kim Kardashian and all of them. She founded her own self-tan brand. Dolce Glow is definitely my favorite self-tan brand. Well, I have a few, but the spray tan solution from them is unreal. And if anyone knows of a Dolce Glow spray tan in New York, please let me know, because I swear no other spray tan does to me what that does. And so I just felt so great. And then I also went to Nordstrom Rack the night before because I just felt like very exposed. Like, you know, when you're just like not in the right mindset to show your arms, like I just was not feeling very army. Like I was like, I don't like, it was a strapless dress and I was like, ugh, like that just feels very out there. And so I had this vision for like a black little shawl around my sweat or around my shoulders, especially if it got like cold inside. And so went to Nordstrom Rack. I found these super cute silver kitten heels. They were Nordstrom Rack brand, $20. Like I swear, especially like living in a suburb like of Santa Clarita, there's not much shopping. So I've always just gone to Nordstrom Rack for literally everything. And I have the best luck there every single time. I'm like, I don't need any other store in this world other than Nordstrom Rack. But I got these silver kitten heels that looked so good because like the dress was like black and a little bit silver sparkly, and then I got the black shawl around my shoulders and it just looked so classy, and I was just like so proud of myself because I'm not gonna lie, like I just don't really have that like eye for outfits. That's definitely one of my goals. Like I want to be a cool dresser, but that's not like an area that I think I necessarily excel in. So when I'm able to like successfully put together some pieces, I just feel proud of myself. Oh, and then I also got these like silver dangly earrings that were like giving mirror ball, and I don't know, the outfit just came together so well, especially with the spray tan. And then also my makeup, like I've just really been enjoying doing my makeup, like especially in the mornings. Like it just is so fun to like take my time. And like, if you're watching on YouTube, I did try to recreate it today because I went to Dance with the Stars obviously last night, and I was going to try to record the episode last night while I was like, you know, all done up, because it's not every day that I look that great. Okay, like I have to take those moments and hold on to them, but I was just so freaking tired, so I was like, you know what, I'll wake up in the morning and record it. But I do still have the spray tan and my hair is still nice and blown out. Oh, I also got a blowout yesterday morning because I'm sorry, like I just can't do what a hairstylist can do. Like I try to give myself the best blowouts and it just never works, but have the blowout still. And so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna wake up and try to recreate that makeup. And it's just so fun to like take my time. I've been watching the Makeup by Kellyanne tutorials, which if you guys don't follow her, you need to, because she has like the best tips and tricks, and she actually has a platform called makeupbykellyanne.com, and it's $12 a month. I think she has a promo right now where it's 50% off. She has the most in-depth tutorials that have taught me like pretty much everything I know about makeup, and it's so fun to like implement her little tips and tricks. And I've just like changed a lot of things throughout my years of doing makeup, as if I'm a makeup artist. I have had this subscription for a hot second, and it's like one of my favorite things because I'm like, okay, instead of like going out and buying a new bronzer, it might just be your technique. And that's what I really like how she teaches. She's like, okay, it doesn't matter what product you use. Like obviously she has her favorites and stuff that she's like recommended that I use and love, but she's like, it's how you do it. And it's so fun to like do new techniques and everything. So I'm like, okay, instead of going out and buying a new like $20 or whatever, however much makeup costs, like instead of buying a new product, like maybe you just need to like learn different techniques, and you obviously like don't need to get her platform. You can just watch TikTok or YouTube tutorials. But it's been so fun to like set my computer up. I have her tutorial going. I like take my time doing my makeup. So all that to say, I was very confident with how my makeup looked, and I just was proud of it. So it's not every day that I get done up, and it like reminded me that, hey, you can do this, okay? Like, get back out there. Like, I've been home for, you know, the entire month, and I haven't been doing much. I wear, like, the same sweats every single day, so I alter between two crew necks every day, okay? I don't wear the same exact thing every day, but it was nice to see that I still had it in me. But I am just going to give a few little makeup tips because I feel like there's a few things that differentiate like just everyday makeup and full glam. And one of them being pink under eye powder. I use the Kosas one. It's a light pink one. I swear, like I use it with a little beauty blender and I just pack it under my eyes while I do my eyeshadow. That makes such a difference. It just makes everything look so bright and like chiseled, and it just makes it, I don't know, it gives it like that almost professional look. And then I'll use another powder. You can use pink, but it's another Huda Beauty one. I think it's in Cupcake, so it's not as pink. And I'll do it under where I do my contour, and I'll like cut it. So that way it just makes it look like sharp, but not like I don't know, it just makes it look like a good contour, but not like harsh edges or anything. So definitely setting powder. I used to like not use setting powder because I thought that it was going to make me look cakey. No, not at all. I think that doing like light layers of makeup, setting powder, and setting spray truly does make such a difference. I love the Makeup by Mario setting spray, and then I do the Patrick Star one size one, and whenever I have like events, and that makes it last so much longer. I've also been using the Aspen Ovard Tarte palette for my eyes. It is like the perfect neutrals palette, and I feel like I am so bad at eyeshadow. Like one little mistake and I look like I've never put on makeup in my life, but this one's very beginner friendly, and like you can do anything with it. And so I just use the little light browns in my crease, and I'm like, wait, am I a makeup artist? Also, another tip that Kellyanne does is doing brows before makeup, because I used to always think that like brow gels would make my eyebrows like crusty, you know, when they like pill up. But I realized that it's actually, you're just putting the makeup products from your face onto your eyebrows. And if you do your eyebrow gel first, that doesn't happen, which is so crazy. I also just repurchased my favorite Lancome mascara combo. Well, it's actually 3 mascaras. It's the Lancome Sills Primer, Lancome Hypnose Drama Mascara, and then the Lancome Idol mascara. One's volumizing and one's like lengthening and separating. I swear by this combo, and I have not used it since like January, February. And every time I steer away, I'm like, wait, why did I forget about this? And it just makes your lashes look so good. I will say each mascara on its own is pretty pricey, but I got the 3 of them. It was like a travel pack for $30 at Sephora the other day, which is not bad, especially for like such a good mascara. Oh my god, and I actually prefer the littler bottles, because something about mascara or Lancome mascaras is I feel like they dry out pretty easily, so that's not that ideal. But the little bottles, you get more bang for your buck because you use them all up before they dry out. So absolutely love. It was so much fun getting all dolled up, and those are just a few of my little beauty secrets. But no, this really has been the month of like fully resetting. I talked a bit about like just the breakup and everything on TikTok. I feel like I just keep referencing like the breakup, but like no, like it really does take a toll on you, and especially just like, I don't know, I feel like what you're feeling mentally like does end up manifesting in like your physical. I just was not taking that great care of myself, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna be home for September. I'm not that busy. I feel like this is like one of the only times where, I mean, hopefully I'm booked and busy in New York, we'll see, but I feel like this is like one of the only times in years I've had to truly reset. So what I've been doing is I just have been doing like the littlest things to take care of myself. Like for example, every single night, like I use my nighttime shower as like a full reset time. I do like a long shower, I do my full skincare, and y'all, oh my god, like I am so sorry, I'm just gonna be talking about products I've been buying to like make me feel better about myself, but I will say I took like, okay, I've been paying rent obviously for so long that having 1 month off of paying rent has me like acting not okay, because I am not the biggest online shopper. I don't know, I'll buy like random things here and there, but there's not many times where I'll just like online shop. No, living at home has caused a bit of a problem. I keep buying things because in my mind I'm like, well, I'm not paying rent, I'm gonna buy stuff. Girl, no, how about you save up for New York because you're about to be literally broke? No, but I have been buying things, and one of them being Rhode skincare. I was not familiar with Hailey Bieber's game, because I will say I've bought the glazing milk before, and it makes my skin look so good in the moment, but for some reason the glazing milk causes like tiny little red bumps around my mouth. It's like the weirdest thing. It's only happens when I use the glazing milk, which it's so sad because right when I use it, skin obviously looks amazing. So for that, I use the Bioma Milky Toner. I swear by that toner. It is the best thing ever. But the Rhode Barrier Butter is the best moisturizer I have ever put on in my entire life. Also, the Pineapple Refresh Face Wash. I look forward to washing my face every single night. I'm like, sometimes you just got to do a little revamp, because if you're like me and put off getting ready for bed, like I don't know why. I think it's just like the ADHD in me. I put off getting ready for bed until literally like midnight, and then it just takes me forever to wind down. So I've been switching that up. I get ready for bed earlier. I look forward to it because I have such fun skincare now. Also with like finishing Accutane, which I've barely even talked about. Hey, finished Accutane, which like that was the best thing I ever did for my skin. I definitely am a little bit scared that I didn't do its full course, because basically my dermatologist in Dallas, I was on a low dose, 40 milligrams, and she wanted me to do it for like 10 months. But then I went to my dermatologist in California because I had to get a refill, and you can't do that without going to the doctor. And she was like, wait, you've been doing it for 8 months? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, I always cut people off at 6 months. Like, it is very hard on your body. Like, you need to stop. And I was like, okay. So I just like stopped Accutane. I'm like, wait, I'm so nervous that my acne is going to come back. But Anyways, I digress. The fun thing about doing Accutane is that I'm now able to like try skincare products without the super big fear that it's going to make me break out, because I have the world's most sensitive skin. Like, I could look at a skincare product that's not right for me and break out. So it's been fun to like try Rhode and stuff like that. I don't think Rhode would have made me break out. I really think it's just the glazing milk that my skin had an issue with. It wasn't even like breakouts. It was just like little red bumps. But anyways, having the pineapple refresh face wash to look forward to, and then also the barrier buttercream at night. Oh my gosh, it's like a little treat. And I've also been really focused on my hair care right now. Like, I am taking it so serious. I actually went on Close Friends last night and I was like, do I chop my hair? If you're watching on video, like, the front of my hair just like will never really grow past this like shoulder length, but then the back of my hair is where it grows a lot. But I'm really working on it and I'm really focusing on my hair health. So what I've been doing is every single night I put in a scalp oil. There's a few that I love, but right now I'm using the Bondi Boost one. It's from their HG line, which I'm just obsessed with. I was looking back at photos from when I was consistently using the Bondi Boost shampoo and conditioner, and I was like, oh my god, my hair was so long. I need to get back on that. But they came out with a scalp serum, so I've been doing that every single night, and it's supposed to like stop shedding and help with hair density. So I'm hoping it works, and it doesn't like make your hair oily or anything, so you can use it whenever, which I love. Also, the Divi scalp serum is really good. And then I've also been putting oil on my ends like crazy. Like, when I wake up, when I go to bed, I just like have been really good about that. The Kerastase one is my favorite right now. There's a few, but Kerastase I feel like just owns the hair oil department. It's the Ultimate Hair Elixir, which I love. And then also I bought the Wella Ultimate Repair Spray. I do that when I get out of the shower, and that just like makes such a difference. So those are little things I've been doing for my hair. Also been staying up to date as if it's a news cycle. Guys, like, I need someone here to talk to. I'm talking to myself and I'm going crazy. I've been staying consistent with my hair supplements. I'm taking Wellbell right now. I don't know whether Wellbell or Nutrafol is better. If anyone has any input there, I actually have both because Nutrafol sent me some, but I wasn't able to do those while I was on Accutane because it was like too much vitamin A. So I do want to try Nutrafol because I see some people that have stayed consistent with it and they have like a fully different head of hair. So I don't know, but I've been taking Wellbell right now because I think it's like a little bit more natural. So oh my god, as if I care about that. Like, girl, you're shooting up Ozempic. No, I'm kidding. But I've been fully taking care of myself. And so it's been very fun. I feel like the littlest things of like self-care that I've like haven't really implemented recently until now really do make a difference in how I feel. And it's like silly because I never really fell for like the bubble bath propaganda and all of that. I was like, okay, how can that actually make you feel better? But no, doing like little acts for yourself that like make you feel like you checked off a little checklist is just so fun. Also, another purchase that I'm literally obsessed with is the Dead Cool Extra Milk perfume. Oh my god, I can't do anything without spraying this on myself before. And it's like marketed as a genderless perfume. It's like a very subtle, just like clean, but like almost musky. I don't know how to explain it other than like it gets complimented. Like, I have spent so much money on perfumes. I was an avid Le Labo girl. I love the Le Labo Another 13. That was like always my go-to. And then I don't know. That was always my yearly Christmas present, is because it was like so expensive to buy. I would ask for it for Christmas. And then recently I'm like, okay, I gotta branch out, and I've just been doing like other random perfumes. I really love Lake and Sky. There's a lot that I love right now. I will always be loyal to my Viva La Juicy because I love smelling like the 13-year-old that I am. No, but this Dead Cool Extra Milk perfume, it's just, I love having the cute little bottle. It's the best. I also bought their room and linen spray, and I'm gonna bring that with me to New York. Like, I want to have like a very grounded, cozy room there. I'm still on the hunt for sheets. Like, I don't know why I can't make a decision. It's like decision paralysis. I just want to have the coziest room ever, and it's like getting me excited to buy all these little knickknacks and stuff for my room, except gonna try to be careful because, like, you know, it's gonna be crazy once I'm there. Yeah, those are the little things. I'm trying to think of other purchases. Oh, this is one. Oh my god. My hydro jug. I'm literally obsessed with it. I wake up in the morning and I put my electrolytes in here, and it's like 30 ounces, and it's this cute little light blue color. Oh my gosh, it doesn't spill, which is great for me because my friends literally call me Spillsy because I spill everything in sight. Look at this. Yep, no leaks. I fear the Utah girlies were onto something with the hydro jug, but I put my electrolytes here in the morning and I just love it so much. It's like a fun little morning ritual. And then I have my coffee with my Chobani sweet cream, and then I go to Pilates with my mom, and then I try to prepare for my move, and I try to do some work. However, yeah. and I try to do my work, except I'm like unintentionally in my retirement era right now, but that's okay because that's going to change in like 4 days. But yeah, it's just been like a full reset month. I've been buying things, but it's okay because I'm considering it self-care and it's just been so fun. And oh my God, you guys, my mom and I, we got tickets for Mamma Mia next week because like I said, Leslie and my mom have the same birthday, which is Monday, September 29th. Everyone, please wish them happy birthday. They are the best people ever. And it just makes sense that like my best friend and my mom have the same birthday. But we're going to Mamma Mia on Broadway on Tuesday, which like, oh my God, my mom, dad, me, and Leslie are all going, and I'm just like so excited. Like I am very aware that this touristy week that I'm having with my parents is not going to be my reality, but like might as well kick it off on a fun note. Like, oh, I just can't process that I'm gonna be living in New York with like my best friends. Oh my God, insane. And I just like, I can't process that I'm gonna be there. Like people were asking me last night, like, oh my God, like, can you believe you're about to move? And I'm like, no, like, should I be preparing more? Like, I feel like I should be doing things other than buying perfume and water bottles, but alas, here I am. I also didn't want to like buy a ton before I get there because I feel like once I'm there, I'll figure it out. I also want it to be like a slower process just because moving is so expensive, although I did cut a lot of the cost just because I'm not doing like movers or anything. And I'm also moving into a fully furnished apartment besides my room. But I feel like I just don't want to rush into it and spend a ton of money and do all these things when I feel like I'll gradually find things that I like and whatever. Like I'm really trying to come into my style, but I do need comfy bedding. So let me know. I'm really in between Cozy Earth and Quince, but I gotta make a decision because your girl needs a bed there. But I do have a bed. I'm excited. Madeline, whose room I'm taking, she left her bed for me, so very relieved about that. I feel like that's the most stressful part about moving is like lining up the bed delivery with when you move in because it'll randomly take so long, like 6 weeks to ship or whatever. So very excited about that. I'm gonna have a cute little vanity to get ready in, and it's just so fun that I'm gonna be living right next to Leslie like we were in college, and we can get ready in our rooms together. And then oh my God, this is like the thing I'm most excited about besides like my parents coming to move me in and having like a touristy week and everything. On October 3rd, Leslie and I are going to the Life of a Showgirl release party in theaters at AMC, and I'm just so excited because it's gonna be like a cozy, crisp fall morning. We're gonna go to the theaters in our pajamas and get breakfast and take it in, and we're gonna watch the Life of a Showgirl release video. And like, I don't even know what I bought tickets for. I just saw AMC and Taylor Swift, and I like got in the queue and I bought tickets, and I was like, you know what, we're going. And I'm just like, so, like I just can't believe that in like a week and a half I'm gonna be with my best friend, waking up in pajamas, going to Life of a Showgirl in New York. Like what? And getting bagels and coffee. Like, I think that's like what I'm most excited about New York is just like the everyday little occurrences. Like, for example, in Dallas, like I would wake up, drive to my workout, and then I'd go to the store, or I don't know, it would just be like very normal things. But in New York, like Taylor Swift said this once in an interview, she was like, getting coffee in New York. Like, I know I probably sound so naive and like, oh my God, just wait, like that city will humble you. Like, I'm very aware, okay? Like, I'm aware. But it's just exciting because I feel like the smallest everyday interactions are so much more special there. And I think that I'm really just excited to live in a walkable city. I just like yearn for that type of community. I'm like, yeah, I probably could have lived in like a just more walkable area in Dallas, but I think that just the energy there is going to be so exciting. So all this to say, I'm so excited to wake up on October 3rd and go to the release party and whatever that looks like. People are saying, like, I don't know, everyone has their conspiracy theories. I'm like, okay, if it were not conspiracy, but theories. I'm like, okay, if it were an actual documentary, she definitely would have been advertising that more, but I still think that we're in for a surprise, and I'm just excited and along for the ride, whatever that is. I just like am so excited for this morning because honestly, like I'll probably make a TikTok about this, but when I was like going through it this summer, like peak breakup, I was like, you know what? Like pretty soon it's going to be October. Like this was like in June when I was thinking this. It was June, and this was like when I realized that I was going to be moving to New York. I was like, you know what? There's going to come a day where it's October, it's a crisp morning, and I'm walking around and I'm just like having a good time, and I'm going to be like, okay, you made it on the other side. And so I think that's like why October 3rd is like significant for me, is like because I've had this like vision in my head that's like been getting me through, and I'm like, oh my God, wait, it's gonna happen, and I can just like feel the vibes. Oh my God, fall in New York is just my favorite time ever. And I think that October is such a good time to move. I've only ever moved in August because that's like always been the end of the school year or end of the lease or whatever. So October is just like perfect time. It's not as hot. Fall there is so perfect. Like we'll check back when the winter absolutely destroys me. But until then, I'll be romanticizing. And even when it destroys me, like at least I'll be feeling something, you know? Okay, like beat me up, why don't you? No, I'm kidding. I'm excited and so scared, like so nervous. Like I obviously am more excited, but at the same time, I'm like, oh, wait, what am I doing? Like, but I think that's exciting that I don't know what's ahead. But yeah, lots to discuss. Next week we'll literally be in New York, which is insane. So I'll have so much to fill y'all in on. I'm so excited. Last night was so much fun. I'm so glad I got to go, even though Britt did. I can't even. Like, no, it was just so bittersweet being like so thankful to obviously be there and be a part of it. But at the same time, like, Dancing with the Stars, why do you guys have to keep doing this to my girl? Like, seriously. But no, it was so much fun being there last night, and I'm so thankful that I got to be a part of the show in some capacity and just work with Britt. She's an angel, and also just, I don't know, it was so fun, and I'm so glad that I just saw so many people there. Oh, also finally got to meet Jake Shane, which, like, we've been TikTok friends for a while, and so he was just, like, the sweetest and most warm person ever. He was also there with Brett, and I just, like, we've all been social media friends for so long. No, we, like, have followed each other on TikTok. So to finally meet, they're just exactly what you would picture. Like, they are just so nice to each other. Like, the exact best friend dynamic that you would imagine. That's how they were. And they were so nice to me and so just encouraging and everything. So it was really fun that I finally got to meet them. They were, like, second row there watching Alex. And so I'm so glad that we got to have a little meet cute moment at Dancing with the Stars. But yeah, that was how the night went. I'm trying to think of, like, if there's anything else I need to discuss, but we have a big weekend ahead, Nashville and then New York. So I'm sure we'll have plenty to recap next week. Next week, I'll be a full-on New Yorker. Like, don't be surprised if I come on here with an accent, okay? Like, I warned you, okay? The Macy that you knew, no. Like, I'm going to turn mean. No, I'm kidding. Never. Okay. I love you all so, so much. Thank you all for being here. If you feel it in your heart, feel free to rate this show. Like, literally no worries at all, but, like, would be so appreciative. Okay. That's all. I love you guys, and I will see you in just a bit.